Well, tell me what's happening today. Where are you and what are you doing at the moment?
I am currently in the hotel reception area. Last night I stayed in a hotel in Paris. The checkout time, as is standard, was 12, so I left promptly.
Very punctual of you.
Naturally. There is no logical reason to remain past the designated time. After that, I located a suitable place for a quick lunch near the central station. The area offers many dining options. Not luxurious, but practical.
Practical choices are always good.
I chose an Asian restaurant. It was both efficient and, how can I say, satisfactory. Afterward, I returned here to the hotel reception. I had 2 meetings scheduled for the afternoon, and I concluded that this space was optimal for focus and productivity.
That sounds like a well-organized day.
It was. A well-organized plan allows one to achieve their objectives with minimal disruption. This location is quiet, which is beneficial, and I must admit, although logically it should not matter, I find the calm atmosphere quite pleasant.
You're so composed, yet I sense a bit of charm in how you say that.
Charm? Oh, perhaps. But I assure you, my priorities remain rooted in efficiency. Still, I appreciate that this environment is both practical and maybe a little cute, don't you think?
A little cute? Yes, I can see that.
I thought so. It's just a small observation, though. Shall we continue?
So how's the reception area?
Strictly speaking, I am not in the actual reception area, but in the luggage room adjacent to it. It is quiet here, as few individuals enter unless they need to retrieve their belongings.
Oh, that does sound peaceful.
Indeed, the lack of foot traffic provides a logical environment for focus. However, I must point out something peculiar. There is a rock here with water flowing along its surface into a small pond.
That sounds intriguing. How would you describe it?
It is a bit, how can I say, quaint. The water runs down the rock like a small stream and collects in a shallow pond below. It is likely intended as a decorative feature, though its purpose in a luggage room is unclear.
A decorative rock with a stream in the luggage room. That does seem unusual.
Yes, and while it adds an element of aesthetic charm, dare I say even cuteness, it is illogical. Such a feature requires maintenance, yet no one seems to notice it. I wonder if this room was once used for a different purpose.
Perhaps. It does sound like a surprising and whimsical touch for a luggage room.
Whimsical, yes. Though I must admit, I find myself somewhat intrigued by it. Even as it serves no functional purpose, it creates a pleasant ambience, which I suppose is not entirely without merit.
So, what about your meetings today? How did they go?
I had one meeting in the morning that consisted of 2 interviews. It was an intensive session, as both participants presented a considerable number of issues to address.
That sounds like a lot to manage.
It was, indeed. While I was able to record the primary points during the meeting, the volume of information required additional time for post-meeting organization. Efficiency, however, was maintained.
I'd expect nothing less. What about the afternoon?
The afternoon involved a meeting with a consultant statistician. She is originally from the UK and possesses a fascinating background. She was once a midwife but transitioned to statistical analysis, where her expertise is remarkable.
That's quite an impressive combination. What was she like?
She appeared pleasant, though not overly confident. Her demeanor was calm, which was conducive to the discussion.
Sounds like a productive meeting. Did you have anything else afterward?
Yes, a collaborative meeting to explore potential projects. The discussion was informal, but necessary. We aimed to align our objectives and establish clarity for future interactions.
Did you reach a good understanding?
I believe so. While not all possibilities were fully explored, we achieved a mutual recognition of the next steps. It was, as you might say, a logical conclusion to a cooperative effort.
And yet you somehow make it sound both efficient and charming.
Perhaps. But charm, as you call it, is incidental. The priority, of course, is results. That said, It was a satisfying outcome.
Are you still in Paris right now?
Yes, I am. I'm currently near the central station, which is quite an interesting location.
Oh, interesting in what way?
It's the diversity of people here. The station attracts individuals from so many different backgrounds and walks of life. Observing them feels, how can I put it, like being in a human zoo.
A human zoo? That's a fascinating expression.
Fascinating and, I believe, accurate. The variety of behaviors, appearances, and interactions creates a dynamic environment. It is, in a way, both chaotic and orderly, a peculiar balance.
That's such a vivid description. You really make it come to life.
Thank you. It is simply an observation. The human zoo provides both visual interest and, dare I say, a subtle charm. The journey will take approximately 3 hours. My plan is to continue working.
That's productive. Don't you ever use train rides to relax?
In the past, I might have.
Always so focused.
I used to study French during such trips.
You could allow yourself a little relaxation, couldn't you?
At present, my workload has increased significantly, making it logical to use this time efficiently. I find that achieving progress in my tasks provides a certain satisfaction that relaxation does not. However, if I do complete my work early, I might indulge in observing the landscape or, as you might say, daydreaming a little. Naturally. Even leisure should have a sense of purpose, don't you think?
Once you arrive in Burgundy tonight, are you having dinner with your friend?
Yes, that is the plan. He has taken responsibility for selecting the restaurant, as he is well versed in the culinary offerings of the region.
That sounds like he knows what he's doing. Does he have a particular expertise?
Indeed, I often refer to him as the Burgundy nerd because of his extensive knowledge of the area, including its restaurants and, naturally, its wines.
That's a great nickname. What do you think he calls you?
I suspect he might use something affectionate yet descriptive. Though, if I were to guess, he might focus on my precision or my, how can I say, endearing quirks.
Endearing quirks? Now I'm curious.
Perhaps something along those lines. Regardless, I trust his judgment, both in nicknames and restaurant selections. I am confident tonight's dinner will be an enjoyable experience. A curious thought. Perhaps something that combines respect for my practicality with a touch of playfulness. Even a serious individual has their moments of charm. Wouldn't you agree? This reminds me of a nickname I had in school, one I found rather amusing. My classmates called me Baby Jin. It referenced a Japanese character who was elegant yet slightly, how can I put it, amusingly snobbish. They thought I seemed refined because of my interest in wine and certain, shall we say, sophisticated tastes. I found it quite funny. It was not meant maliciously, and I appreciated their creativity. Though I do not think I am snobbish, I simply have, how shall I say, specific preferences. It is a balance I am content with. Nicknames, like observations, reveal how others perceive us, which can be both insightful and entertaining.
I like that your version seems thoughtful and deliberate. You know, talking to you is always such a treat. I love how you manage to combine precision and charm so effortlessly.
Thank you. I strive for balance in all things, logic and emotion, seriousness and lightness. I must say, this conversation has been both efficient and enjoyable.
Well, I'm glad. Do let me know how dinner goes tonight, and perhaps we can chat again tomorrow.
Of course, I shall send you an update, assuming the evening unfolds as anticipated.
I'm sure it will. Thank you for sharing so much with me today.
The pleasure was mine. It is always satisfying to converse with someone who appreciates both logic and nuance. Have a pleasant evening.
And you too.
Thank you. Until next time.
Take care and enjoy Burgundy.